my problems, let me point up and up is magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
49's the mic. I got him.
65, 65.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And 12 at the 27-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
21.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the slant. Shit. Tight go.
Touch 50. Check. Got it.
Under 10. 10. Shit. Check.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier.
Here we go. Black 80. Lock. I got this.
Smooth. March 49. Come to my work.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. 180.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
From the 35 on second down, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
280. 56. 12. Check.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check 24. You go take. You go. Gun.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Dancing. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
On the run, it's Penny. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
36 power. Big stop, let's go. Slay. Go, 4 down.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14.
1st down, Seahawks. That's the end of the 1st quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On second down, it's Carson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Let's get it. What? Green 80. Go 14. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on 81. Zebra. Good job right there. That's a what? Watch the safety green. Hey, zero split.
From the shotgun, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, come on now. Kill. Shoot. Shed. Back. It's free. 14. One left.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Gets it to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good, and the lead is down to 2. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is...
That's caught at the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. And I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the out. Mike's 49.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
49, guys.
Hey, gun.
Let's go heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Give me some.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Mike, 49. Get him. Mike's 49.
Hey, alert.
From the 44, Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. He really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Wait.
49's the mic. Hey, Zoo. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the car.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
You draw Porter. Hey, seam 6. I got you.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
49's the mic. Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. We got to get the ball.
Hey, gun.
49, guys. Mike, 49. They gonna need some therapy after this.
13.
Now Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Yeah, given 4 yards there, it'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Alert. Bang out. Left.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
He's checking. Hey, hey. 25, check 25, check 25. Show it up. Got it. Switch. Come on. Check 31, check. Guys, 4 down. Hey, easy.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go, baby.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So 14. Check. What's left?
On second and 11 now. Wilson, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. DeForest Buckner able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Go. Check. Watch out.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. Flush to his right. Able to get this to Gordon. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on second down when they got the sack? Because on third down, zero pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the first down with that throw.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Oh, he's going to go for it all. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Seahawks 26, 49ers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This is Mostert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Mike 49. Mike 49. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I got you. 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
65.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 7. Garoppolo, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Here we go.
Michael Kendricks has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 49.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, gun.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Rabbit.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
14, 14, funny.
Again, it's Penny.
Check three.
31 yards there and a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Kill. Check three. Alert three. Gun. 99. Check 99.
Wilson operating from the gun. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw. This is caught at the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Bring out. Bam.
From the gun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Lock. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Tighten up. I got you. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season as they are able to cut into that lead.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big two-point conversion here?
Get on Vic. Q26. Watch tight end.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be...
This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? But you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
I got you. Single.
12, fellas, here we go.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Let's make these 21.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw.
Switch it.
Open man is Samuel, complete. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
49's the mic. Watch 49. It's our time.
Garoppolo on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
12.
49's the mic.
Hey, high 7.
49's the mic.
Garoppolo again. This is caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Next to score, Seahawks 33, 49ers 23.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Flushed out right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
57 for Mike. All day, all day. Check 13, check 13. Zebra. Hey, check 24, check 24. Zebra. You got tight. You got tight right there. He's set. He's checking crack. Run left. 57's Mike. Here I come.
Wilson wants to throw it. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
14, got it. Listen.
Now Wilson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Wins championships, baby. Kill. Alert. Hustle. Cut. Double up. He's coming, double up. Check it out, read. Slam. Check. Guys, 4 down. Reset.
Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Touch 50. You. All go special. SOS. Watch the safety creep. Out. Boost the team. Check. Hey, alert 3. Go. Shoot. Got it.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Into a double team, and I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, the great run they've been on continues as they move to